Hi guys, I'm back, and today no painting. Sorry for those of you who tuned in to see me paint something. I haven't painted in actually quite a while now. That last video that I posted, I actually created, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago. So no painting today, but what I want to show you is the wood ornaments that I have been turning on my lathe over the past few weeks. When I've had a bit of time here and there. We've been super busy, and really haven't had time to post anything. As you guys know, my kids are home doing virtual school from home, so that takes up 99% of my time. So what I wanted to do was show you the ornaments that I have been creating, and they're all for sale, and I think we're going to do about $20 a piece, and part of the proceeds from each ornament sold is going to go to some kind of charity to benefit, the kids this Christmas. So, $20 is going to include shipping as long as you're in the United States. If you're outside the United States, I'll have to charge a little more for shipping, but $20 all inclusive, and part of the proceeds are going to go towards some charity, possibly Salvation Army, could be something local here, something that's going to benefit, the kids this Christmas. Possibly, instead of just donating some money, maybe purchasing some toys for the Marine Corps Reserve Toys for Tots program. My dad's a Marine, so I always try and donate each year at least a present or two to the Marine Corps Reserve for the Toys for Tots. So, you guys, if you see a box out there, please donate, because it's a really good sort of charity to donate to during the holidays. So, anyway, I digress. So $20 an ornament, and yeah. So let's get started. We're gonna go with the first one. This is just a little bitty bauble. See if we can get it to focus. There we go. This is white cedar, and as you can see, it is sort of double color. It's typically darker on one side, and then you turn it around and it's more of a creamy color. See if we can get you close. You can see the grain in there, and I always like to try to leave some little knots in there, because I think they add a lot of interest. So that's a cute little one, real lightweight, just a pretty little bauble. Next, we're gonna go with a big. This is a long one. It's probably about 5 or 6 inches long, so I'm gonna have to turn it kind of sideways. This is actually fir. My husband's granddad used to collect chunks of wood and pieces of wood and put it in the building back behind the house. And since we now live in that house, and he's passed on quite some years ago, I've found a few little really super nice pieces of wood, and the grain in this piece of fir is so straight. Look how straight that is. You can see these beautiful lines, and it sort of has this shimmer to it, almost like a moonstone when you turn it. The wood is super dry, so it's a little hard to turn. But yeah, that's that cute little one. Like I said, it's made out of fir, so it's real dark, but just gorgeous grain in that one. And then we have got some. This is one form of red cedar. And I tried to make this one not quite as shiny. Some of them I like super shiny, and I have really discovered that I prefer them not so shiny. It tends to make them look a little older, maybe a little more old-fashioned. So I think from here on out, I'm going to stop making them shiny, and they're just going to keep sort of a dull finish to them. Almost a matte, maybe even a satin finish. I'm going to purchase some a different kind of sort of sealer for the new ones, and see how that goes. But as you can see, the cedar, what it does, it turns this gorgeous sort of rusty reddish brown color as it ages, It's just pretty. Cedar is my absolute favorite. Got some knots in there, real pretty. Yeah, so there's that one. And let me show you what cedar, there's different kinds of cedar. You've got sort of this one where it's real solid, a real solid red piece in the middle. It's not real red because this has been sitting here aging for probably a good 2 years now. If I were to cut it, slice it right here, the inside would be super red because it would be fresh. But anyway, you've got this kind of cedar, which is white on the outside, real solid, thick, and then solid red on the inside. Not a lot of variation in the red. This is an older piece. It's an older piece of a tree. So it's going to look a little different from this next piece I'm going to show you. And this is an absolutely gorgeous piece. Look at the color. And you can kind of see how it's a little bit sort of almost marbled. This is an actual piece that I used on a few ornaments that I will show you shortly. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if this is just a regular solid red cedar or if it's something special, but it's definitely something special. I love it. But you can see how gorgeous the grain is in that. And this piece really turned out some gorgeous ornaments. And then you've got, little pieces like this. Then you've got just a little bit of red in the middle. And then real pretty rings. This is just a slice. I actually I put some feeding wax on the other side just to kind of see. This is going to be sort of what the ornaments from now on are going to look like. This sort of dull finish. I think I should be able to shine it up a little more than this. But the red sort of, it's going to stay the same, but I don't know. That red is beautiful no matter what. That's all I can say about that. So, on to the next one. This little piece is mountain laurel. And this part right here is actually from, it's not the outer layer of bark. It's the almost, there's an outer layer and then there's another layer on the inside and then the wood. And that's sort of the in-between. And I just kind of I always like to have a little bit of something in it, whether it's a knot or some of the bark or something like that. And as you can see, this mountain laurel has very straight grain in it. As it has like a up going this way and then it has going sideways. It's very interesting grain. And so that's that pretty little one. That's a real cool part right here because you've got, this is where little tree branches were coming out. So it made some really pretty lines through there and pretty spots. Looks like little starbursts. Okay. Then we've got, let's see, this is a big one. This one I did a while ago. It's spalted dogwood. And for those of you who don't know what spalted means, it just means a fungus that starts growing in the tree and it creates these gorgeous black lines everywhere. And I actually added some accent to it, some gold flake, before I finished, put a spray finish on it. So you can kind of see a little shimmer, little glimmer on there, but really this is the beautiful side of it. It's a pretty big ornament. It's probably a good 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches wide, by probably a good 5 inches tall. But still not too heavy. It's actually pretty light, even though it's pretty big. This is a piece of a dogwood tree that we had in our front yard for years, and it started dying, and unfortunately we had to cut it down because she was probably 5 or 6 at the time, maybe 7, kept climbing the tree, and we were afraid she was going to pull the tree over on her. So we cut the tree down, unfortunately. So I made a couple of ornaments out of what was left that was still good. So that's that. And we've got a teeny tiny little ornament, very light. So if you have like a really tiny Christmas tree, this is perfect. It's my little mushroom. So we can get you in focus there. My little mushroom, very simple, very basic. This is mountain laurel. And when you first turn the mountain laurel, it's very pale creamy. But over time, it sort of deepens in color. And it has this wonderful feel to it. Anyway, little mushroom, little cute mushroom. And then we have This one, I'm not entirely sure what wood this is. Judging from the grain, it's probably a piece of mountain laurel, but I'm not entirely sure. And it's just a cute little, I like this one. It just has a nice shape to it, but it's, you know, like you can see, it's darker on one side and kind of, you know, depending on where the light's hitting it, it's going to look a little different. Whoops. Sorry, it keeps going out of focus. It just doesn't want to stay focused when I keep moving. Okay, and then we've got another cedar piece here. Now, this one is an older piece. I've had this for about a year. And as you can see, it has a crack right through there. And I decided to leave that crack because I kind of like some of these ornaments, and there's another little crack right through there. And it shouldn't crack any more than this. I did give it another spray just to kind of seal up that crack. But I kind of like leaving the cracks. It just sort of gives a, you know, an older look to the piece. And this just looks kind of like, you know, burnt sugar melted over it or something like that. I really like this one. I love red cedar. So you'll see a lot of red cedar from me. And here we go with this one. This one's a cute little one. My girls keep telling me it looks like a chess piece. Simple. This is also, I want to say this is also most likely mountain laurel. And it's just a nice little piece. Darker on one side, paler on the other. And then this one I just finished the other day. This is white cedar. And it looks like there's like some caramel dripped into a hole or something. That's what that is. And that's just part of the wood. It's not, I didn't put resin in it or anything like that. But you can see the beautiful grain kind of swirly through there. Oh, it's just gorgeous. See if I can get you seeing the whole piece here. There we go. And again, darker on one side. And oh, I just love that grain right there. This is so pretty. Okay, and then this is going to be another one that's just been natural finished. It just has feed and wax on it, which is just a blend of carnauba wax, beeswax, and an orange oil. And so it's real natural, and you pick this up and you just want to hold it, and I said to my girls, I said, I just want to snuggle it. It's just so creamy and wonderful feeling, you know. It's like, I don't know, warm cup of hot chocolate or something. But you can see the grain, how it looks like there's two different grains. You got one that's going straight, and then you've got one that's wavy and sort of wonky, which makes it really interesting. And, you know, I wasn't sure at first about the finish, but I like the dull finish. It just, like I said before, it just kind of feels old-fashioned to me. So I like that one. That one's going to be a hard one to part with, but I will. Okay, and let's go with a red cedar piece. Now this piece that I showed you earlier, this little piece of gorgeous cedar, this came from that, if you can believe it. So the shiny finish really brings out the color. Now this is still very, very red. It's going to age and sort of turn rusty red brown after a while. But look, it looks like we've got a black hole in there. And just some really gorgeous grain. And some interesting aspects on this one. You've got another right there where I believe that was just a tiny piece of limb that was starting to grow out of it. And then you've got another little spot there at the bottom. And then you've got this is kind of where it's marbled. So you just got this just gorgeous. Oh, it's just absolutely love this little piece. Again, red cedar. One of the prettiest pieces of red cedar it's absolutely the best piece of cedar I've ever laid my hands on. So, okay, next. This is a really cool piece. I like this piece. And honestly, I believe this again is mountain laurel, even though it looks kind of dark. You can see on this side, it's kind of plain and creamy and pretty. But then if you turn it over, I believe something had been eating into it. And if you look, I don't know if I can get it on camera or not. You can kind of see where the hole, you can actually see all the way through that hole. And I wish I could get it on camera. Trying to focus. It does not like focusing on the shiny stuff. But I can't get it on camera. But anyway, you'll have to take my word for it. You can kind of see the hole goes through here, goes through there, and then back through here, and down through here. So I was going to fill it in, but it just kind of looked too cool to fill it in. So and these are not cracks. I'm not sure. That's just part of where the wood was, I guess, starting to get eaten or maybe spalted. I'm not sure. So anyway, that's a neat little one. It's got a teeny tiny little hole at the top because I didn't want to split this wood by putting one of the bigger hooks in it. So you'll have to put your own hook in that one. So we've got this one, again, white cedar. And you can see the beautiful grain on there. Ooh, look at that grain. It's so pretty. And some knots that came out real nice. And you can kind of see right there where it's like the back side's darker and the front side is creamy. It's just so interesting. Just a few left. Another white cedar, because that's what I've got around here right now. I only have a few pieces of wood left, so I don't know what I'm going to do after that. But again, gorgeous grain. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful grain. Hold it a little further down, you can kind of see. Real pretty. And let's see. This is the last little white cedar piece I have for today. Anyway, hopefully. I really don't have much white cedar left, so. But again, gorgeous grain. See if we can get a little closer. There we go. You can see the grain in it. Okay. And we got two pieces left. Two pieces of that absolute gorgeous red cedar. This one's one of my favorites. As you can see, it's just... I don't even know what to compare this to. It's just absolutely the most beautiful red cedar I've ever had. And I only have just a couple pieces of it. And they're not very long pieces, so I might be able to make 2 or 3 more of these babies, and then I'm going to have to go searching for more wood. But look how marbled it looks, especially, you know, right in here. Well, of course, everywhere. It's just beautiful. And there's another black hole. It's not a hole. It just looks like a black hole out in space to me. Cute little bauble. And last but not least, and this one is not for sale, unfortunately. I just want to show you guys because I just love this one. I'm so proud of this one. Another red cedar piece, and this one's going on our tree. Because I fell in love with it and I can't part with it. Unless, of course, like I always say, if somebody wants to offer me $1 million, it's yours. Plus, I'll make you 10 more. But I just absolutely, this cedar is just so gorgeous. And I know I've said that like probably 100 times. But, I mean, aren't you just falling in love with it? You must be. I know some of you are saying, oh yeah. If any of you ever work with wood, then you'll know how I feel. Because if you're a woodworker, you fall in love with everything. Look at that. Gorgeous grain. All right, so we have quite a few ornaments for you guys to choose from. If you so desire, lots of little beauties. Got my phone here, see if we can get focus on them. There we go. So you guys, if you want any of these ornaments, like I said, we're going to do them $20 a piece, and part of the proceeds are going to go towards, yeah, I'm thinking Marine Corps Reserve's Toys for Tots program. So, yeah. So if you guys want any of these, please just email me. My email should be still on my channel. If not, it's heatherwright521@yahoo.com. And for those of you who have been with me for a long time, thank you so much for supporting me in all the ways you do. And special shout out to Jim and Angie. I really, I know I haven't been in communication a lot lately. I've had a lot of things going on that, you know, I really don't want to talk about on the channel. So, but I will get to you, I promise. You guys are quite special to me. So thank you to everyone else who watches and supports my channel. Anyone who would like to donate to my PayPal channel, it's down there too, my PayPal. It's not a channel, whatever it is. It will go towards something creative for my channel. Yeah, so that's going to be it for today. I will try and do a turning video after this. I will try. But a lot of times I get to turning, if I'm turning on video, the video never turns out, or I take like 3 hours to turn something and it just doesn't work. So I will try though, so you guys can kind of see a little bit of the process. Because I know a lot of you out there aren't woodworkers. So you might be interested to see how these little baubles are created. Alright guys, thank you for watching the ads. Thank you for supporting me. I love you all. I hope wherever you are on the planet, you're having a wonderful day, and happy holidays, and take care of each other. All right. See you later. Bye.